Something's going on. There's fire trucks coming from both ways.
From both ways?
I'm pretty sure.
Where are they going? I wonder where it is. It must be close by. You see any smoke or anything?
In the house. What the heck is going on? It's right there.
Good morning, tubes. I am going to do an updated video of the greenhouse, and I'm going to put my garden in today as long as the rain holds off because it's kind of yucky outside today. So, but it's got to go in. So it's going to go in today whether I'm working in the mud or not. So anyway, the last time you saw this greenhouse, it was just like flats of nothingness pretty much. So things are happening in here. I'm just going to put this heater. We have to heat it at night because it's not warm enough overnight. So I just keep it warm enough that, well, actually the temperature in here right now doesn't feel like 70. Oh no, it's 60. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. So yeah, feels kind of cooler than that. But anyway, so it goes on at night just to take the edge off because I don't want to pamper these guys too much. They have to be able to go outside and get hardened off once they're a bit bigger. So let's step up here. There's zinnias in there. I'm going to repot those into individual pots. And this is what happens when you buy organic soil. You get these crazy little weeds coming up and everything. So, and then those are very old nasturtiums that I grew a few years ago, and I'm shocked they came up. Some of them obviously aren't going to. Cosmos over there. And let's see, we have dahlias. These are dahlias that are grown from seed and not from tubers. And they're an annual. And cucumbers. And some of them are coming up at really odd times. There's one in there. I don't know if he's going to come up. I transplanted the other day, so he was growing, so we'll see if he pokes his head out. Cucumbers, generally speaking, don't like to be transplanted, so we'll see what happens. These are called cucamelon. These are the little things that are little teeny weeny things that are a cross between like a cucumber and a watermelon. They look like a mini watermelon. So I've never grown these before, so I'm assuming that's what they're supposed to do. Then down here we have, these are Oregon State University blue tomatoes. So they're the full-size tomatoes. They grow in red, come in red with blue shoulders on them. There's some geraniums I started. I've never started them from seed before, but my geraniums froze last fall, so I couldn't use those. These have to be transplanted this week. Those are snapdragons. That's scabiosa. Those are lobelia. Those are the trailing little flowers. Some of them are okay to transplant. Others are going to be tiny. And here's one of those weeds. And they have this massive root system on it. So over it goes. Geraniums. These geraniums I bought just because they were on sale for $1.49. I have a whole mess of, there's some spider plants there. I don't know if that's going to grow. That's a begonia. Don't know what he's going to do. This is where I do my potting here. So here we have, let's do here first. These are all straw flowers. I have a million straw flowers. I love straw flowers. And I think I said that their flower is like paper. When it's growing in, it's like paper, and it still dries really well. So I like to use those in the fall. And there's my other spider plant babies that I'm going to sell, hopefully. My old poinsettia, I did it, I said it, it's poinsettia. That I don't know what to do with, so he's going to stay in here for the summer. Let's see. There's some other so that's all those straw flowers down there are just this part of this tray here. And I have this tray where I'm going to put everything I do not know. These are the Oregon State University tomatoes. These are peppers that are really tiny, sweet peppers. This is calendula, which didn't do very well for me seed-wise. These are Golden Queen tomatoes, so they're yellowy orange. And here's one that didn't come up, so I'm going to snafu that guy. Take him over here, get that stupid weed out of there. And I will dump him and reuse the soil. Oh, hopefully that's not him. No, don't think so. Okay. So no, I don't think he was doing anything in there. Okay, so that's those. There's this parsley. It needs to be transplanted. These are butterfly weed. So it's the same kind of butterfly weed that grows for monarch butterflies like. It's not like the tall one with the purple flowers. These are foxgloves. Oh boy, these are going to be fun to where am I going to put all these? I don't know. And these are blueberry cherry tomatoes, which come in, they start red and they turn blue, and you eat them when they're blue. And they're really yummy. So that's what I have going in here. And the tomatoes, it's much too unpredictable yet to put those out. I'm not putting all of these out. I'm hoping to sell some. It's too cold at night to put those out yet. Some people do, but you're taking a chance. And plus, these have to be hardened out. So, and then, oh, there's a big raven just flew over. Freaked me out. Tried a porcupine encounter this morning with the dogs. Treat a porcupine. So, at first I thought it was a bear cub because it was big and black. And anyway, we have a bear around here right now. So I wanted to show you this stuff. This is what I use to fertilize my garden with. It's by Gaia Green. It's organic, and this stuff has like everything in it. It's got like here. You'll have to like. I don't know if I zoom in a bit. Anyway, oh, I should have used it when I was transplanting them. Oh, poo. Well, I'll do that this week. Anyway, it's got stuff like. It's supposed to say what this has in it, but this one doesn't for some reason. It's got so much stuff. It's got fish in it. It's got feather meal, bone meal. It's like a dark, it's like a brown. You don't want to know what it looks like when it comes out. When I use it, I will show you. And it smells really bad. But I had amazing plants last year using that stuff. So anyway, I have a bit of a mess of pots to clean up down there. And yeah, so I'm going to get ready to go, and hopefully it doesn't pelt down with rain, and go down there to the garden. We fixed the fence because now we have rabbits, so we had to fix that. And I have rhubarb growing, so I can make some rhubarb muffins today. Anyway, so I'll see you in the vegetable garden. Okay, so here are the beds. Most of them have been dug in. Mike dug them in for me and got the weeds out of them the other day. This stuff growing here is chickweed, which I might actually pull out and dry it because I use it in my soap and stuff. So this This bed has been amended with chicken manure from the chickens last summer. It turned really, really nice, and it's not stinky. So we're going to use that. We use that, and then underneath this gravel, if you see newspapers here, we lined this path with newspaper, thick layers of newspaper, so that the weeds won't grow as readily. I had some lettuce over winter. There's the rhubarb patch, which is huge this year. Let's see. Last year I had tomatoes in these beds, so I can't put them there this year because you want to stay one step ahead of the bugs. So I'm not sure where I'm going to plant them this year because it's handy to be able to walk sort of around them and pick them from all sides. So I may take a chance on doing that this year. I'm not sure. These are chestnuts. Horse chestnut trees that I grew and kept in these pots over the winter to see if they'd survive or not, and they did, so I'll be selling these probably, unless I want to plant them here. It's not really the type of spot they like to grow too much here, but we'll see. So everything, all the dandelions are closed up today because it's kind of gloomy and stuff down out here. I have red clover growing in here that I use in my soap and stuff, but I think the boys the past 2 years have chopped it all off, and now I don't see any of it growing. So I have some seeds for that, so that would be good. So here I have, Mike said these were sunflower seeds, and you know, I just don't think they're sunflower seeds. I just don't think so. There's some kind of seed that seeded itself, but I don't really think it looks like a sunflower. So I don't know what to do. I don't know whether I should take them out and try planting them or what I should do. It sort of looks like a weed. It sort of looks like it might be that, and I don't want that growing in here. So, what to do? It's all over the place here, as you can see. Mike hasn't done those beds. And there's a nice patch of chickweed for me right there. And there, so I have to take it in and wash it and then dry it. So, yeah, so I'm going to go in. Oh, wait, there's a slug. Well, that could be for the chickens. And Mike found me these containers last year at the side of the road, so I'll plant those with something, maybe put some squash in there, because I'm kind of stuck as to where to put usually plant the pumpkins out there, but there's rabbits, so I can't really put them out there this year. But anyway. So we're going to plant these potatoes. Usually I cut them and let them dry a bit first, so I'll probably do that when I come out. So these are Chieftain, they're a white potato. And then these are Purple Majesty, and they're a purple fingerling potato. And they are really sweet and really good. So, but we have to pick them early as new potatoes here because they get a bit scabby here for some reason. So I don't know where I'm planting those. I might plant them around here this year. So we'll come out and we'll cut those up. I don't have Jeremy's tripod to see if I can find it. And we'll come out and, maybe we should go see the chickens. Let's go see the chickens. We've been letting them out to free range a bit. Oh, shut the gate. Don't need any rabbits in here this morning. So we've been letting the chickens out a little bit to free range. We let them out in the evening one night, which was better for them because there was more bugs around, and easier for us to get them to go home. And then we let them out in the afternoon, and that was just a joke. They totally had us running around the whole backyard to get them back home. So anyway, hi girls. Are you wanting some breakfast? Now, who's whistling at me? What's that? Yes, I think so. Now, they're a little bit crabby because they're waiting for breakfast. But this one in particular right here, she is the big kahuna, and she is not. She's not a nice chicken. She's vicious. I'm not letting you out yet this morning after last week's the other day's little fiasco, so you can forget that. Sometime this week I have to take their shavings out of their coop from the winter and put in clean ones. Oh, joy. Yeah, I know. Michael's coming with your breakfast. Do you want a watermelon? Do you want a watermelon? They love watermelon. Do you want a watermelon, Mousy, huh? They all have names, but I don't know who's who, so I have not a clue. Anyway, they're happy, happy, happy. And, oh, Mike was working on my side garden, and I'm supposed to go inspect it. What? There's birds pooping all over our house, Michael. Oh, it's the pigeons. Oh, well, the pigeons are going to have a talking to. Okay, so I'm just watching out for snakes, Dwayne. There shouldn't be any out this morning. So Mike took the landscaping fabric out of here and put down just black mulch, because nothing grows, nothing spreads when you have landscape fabric. And I might have to weed a little more often, but I think it will look better with just the fabric off of it. So that's what we're doing. Oh, look, a snail. Well, we're going to take Mr. Snail and take him to the chickens and see. I would pick up a slug, but not without a glove on. So we're going to take the snail to see what the chickens do. Let's see. I can't have you around here, snail. You'll eat my hostas, just like the chickens do, really, when they're out. But anyway, okay. Oh yeah, you may wonder why is that sitting out here? I'm deliberately rusting that for some of my crafts. So look what I've got, girls. Look what I've got. Here. You're not coming out. Get it. Get it. Are you going to eat it? It's escargot. Did you get it? There's a snail in there, you know. You're not coming out. Don't even think about coming out. Yeah, whatever. And don't peck at me, please. Yep, say hi to the tube. Say hi. Okay, you stay there. Maybe tonight, if you're good, you can come out for a while. You need all the bugs. So that's that. So let's get the seeds and see what I have to plant. All right, let's see what we're going to plant. Shells. No, we're not planting shells. So we're going to plant these. Well, I'm not planting these yet today because it's too... I have to take my glasses off. I can't read this. So all the wonders of old age. I'm going to plant these beans, but not yet. Too cold at night. These are called Valentino bush beans. And this is from Halifax Seeds. So this company has been in business since 1866. And in fact, my great-grandfather and my papa used to buy seeds from them all the time. And they were... they had severe damage to their building from the Halifax explosion, so had to move. So let's see. Okay, let's see what these guys say. The last spring frost. Before the last spring frost. Okay, maybe I can plant these. These are sunflowers called Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge. They're from Halifax Seed. And then we have Drunken Woman lettuce. I planted this last year, and this is so good. It's not a head lettuce. It's like a leaf lettuce. That's pretty much the only kind of plant around here. This is from Annapolis Seeds, which is heirloom and open pollinated, hand-grown in Nova Scotia. And you know what? Heirloom grows the best. It really does. Not genetically modified. This is Canton bok choy. I love bok choy. So let's see how that does, if the slugs stay away. This is mesclun salad mix, and it grows up into leaves, and you just come out and cut them. Hollyhocks. Not sure when I can plant these dudes. And well, so near mid-July. Okay, mid-July. They don't get to be planted for quite a while. And they won't flower this year, they'll flower next year. Here we have a giant mammoth Russian 8-foot sunflower, which grow incredibly huge and incredibly huge stalks. So this probably is 2 to 3 weeks, so I can do that too. This is Drunken Woman. I love the Drunken Woman lettuce. What can I say? This is an Honesty, which is called a money plant. And it looks like, it looks like this, oh, for Pete's sakes, this pink flower in the summertime. And then it dries in the fall to this papery money stuff. It looks like money with seeds in it. So I thought it would be neat to do that for dried arrangements and stuff. I like sunflowers. That's more. Don't know where I'm planting these. That's the same kind. Okay, onions. I only grow bunching onions. I've learned that like cooking onions, Spanish onions don't grow well here. So I do bunching onions, usually from sets, but this time I'm going to try doing it from a seed. And this is one of the ones I'm getting a late start with, so hopefully it will be okay. There's another one. Okay, so pumpkins. This is just a jack-o'-lantern type pumpkin, and we plant that frost-free date. Okay, so that's not here yet. Tatsoi is a Japanese vegetable, which I love. Okay, these are Nathan's, are these Jeremy's carrots? I'm not sure. Purple haze carrots. This one is Dill's Atlantic Giant. So, if you want a giant pumpkin, you need to get them from Dill's. And he, well, he's not alive anymore, but they have a farm up in the valley. So this goes outside after the first frost-free date. So we haven't had a lot of luck with pumpkins, but we did one year, so hopefully we will again. Mesclun. These are Napoli carrots. This is a Black Beauty zucchini, which I may grow in a container. I do have some luck doing them in containers, so we might try that. I forgot I had these. These are poppies. And, let's see. September for flowers. So if I plant these this year, oh, I might get flowers in the, yeah, I might get flowers this year. So these are called Ladybird Poppies, and this is a British company based in Paynton, England. So we're going to give those a try. More Napoli carrots. These are Nathan's carrots. These are Solar Yellow, so they're a yellow carrot. I got to soak these, actually, sweet peas. Put those there. And where am I going to grow this all in that little garden? You would be surprised at what you can plant in a few square feet. This is Jester lettuce. It's like an open-headed iceberg. Red speckled dark leaves. I've never tried it before. I just thought it would be cool. Here we have black radishes. Like, how cool is that? Now, they're supposed to be planted a while ago. So we'll give these a try and see what happens. But my favorite ones are these, French breakfast, because they grow really long and they're really, really good. And then we have some more onions, and these onions are coated in some natural stuff, so I can space these guys out a little bit easier than the other ones. Here they are again. There's the French breakfast, and I have some more bok choy upstairs and some more carrots. And of course I will have tomatoes, potatoes, peas, which I don't have out here, but peas, beans, parsley. Yeah, I'm going to try and fit all of this in the garden, believe it or not. Yeah, you can do it if you work at it. So anyway, that's what we'll be planting, and I'm going to go get my old grubby stuff on so I can go and do that. Bye! Okay, so here's what your seed potatoes are going to look like. These are the purple ones, Purple Majesty, and oh, I really need my glasses off. We're going to cut these up. Usually I let them sit for a while to sort of scab over and dry a bit, but I don't really have time for that. So I'm going to cut bunches like this. I'll cut this piece off. I'll show you. I don't have the tripod, unfortunately, so that's going to be a bit of a pain. But I will show you what I'm doing with these when I find out where the heck I'm planting them. Okay, so here's how I plant my potatoes. I will hill them up a little bit later when they start to grow up, and I know they're too close together, but it works for us, and so that's what I do. Anyway, just so you can get a glimpse of how dark purple these guys are, that's the color of the purple fingerlings. This guy doesn't really have any, oh, he's got a little eye right there, maybe I'll tuck him in somewhere. Anyway, so that's I might do the 3 beds. We'll see. I got a lot of potatoes left in there. And I got to figure out somewhere to plant them all. So I will find some place. I don't think the rabbits will bother much with those if I plant them outside of here because potato tops are poisonous. So I don't think they will. Oops, sorry guys, I'm putting my glove on. Just look at the sky for a second and the black flies and all that sort of thing. So I don't suppose they'll bother too much with that. Oh my gosh, the black flies are so bad out here. Anyway, let's get the other potatoes and give them a see what they're like, and we'll put them in the next bed. Oh, you're in the dark. There, these are the white chieftain potatoes. They look like regular white potatoes, and you want to put their eyes up. Eyes to the sky, so they will grow properly. And yes, I know, too close together, but that's the way it's gonna be. And I am still getting eaten alive. And another thing is, you don't want to be walking all over your garden beds and stuff, because that compacts the soil too much. So the less you kind of work with it, the better it is for the plants to grow, because they have insects moving freely for it. Doesn't compact the soil down so their roots don't spread. That sort of thing. Okay, so make sure to label your plants. Otherwise, if you're not familiar, you won't know what's coming up where. So I always use these popsicle sticks and pencil. I find that it lasts a bit longer. Anyway, when they come up, I usually know what's growing. But you can get markers that have UV filters and will last longer. But generally speaking, a Sharpie marker will just kind of wear off in about 2 rains. So use these. And the other thing too I wanted to say is make sure if you see centipedes and stuff in your soil that you don't kill centipedes, because they are carnivorous and they will eat all the bad bugs you don't want in there. You don't want millipedes. Those are the long black ones with they're long and black, and you'll know a millipede when you see one. You want to kill those because they'll eat your plants. So, but leave the centipedes alone no matter how scary they look, and the spiders. Okay, here we go again. Mike just went off to work, and now I'm going to plant these beds. I think these beds last year had, oh gosh, the black flies. They almost make me sick if I get bitten by them. So hopefully they're not really biting, I don't think, but I don't like to wear bug spray, and my nets that I wear are hidden right now, so I have to brave the bugs. Anyway, okay, so this bed and this bed last year had tomatoes in them, which was perfect because I could grow them straight up and I could walk down that middle row right there. And so that was great, but I don't like to plant the same thing 2 years in a row in the same spot, because then the bugs decide that they get smart and they realize where you've planted things 2 years in a row. Plus it's good to give the soil a bit of a rotation. So we're going to plant some radishes in here and lettuce and stuff, and we'll get to the end here, and yeah. So let's see these radish seeds if I can find them. I guess I'll do the French breakfast ones first because I love them so much. Oh, that's, holy cow. Okay, wait a minute. That's my squash. There we go. That's where I'm going to plant the squash, right in there. There's a bed in there, believe it or not, but I have to get my weeder out and get all that stuff out of there. Fun, fun, fun. I might make Mike do that. Hey, yeah. Okay, whoops. Okay, so let's have a look at... Okay, now my great-grandfather and my grandmother and my papa were all master gardeners. My great-grandfather came from Herefordshire in England. He was a master gardener there, and my grandmother was a master gardener here, and so was my grandfather. And they will probably be mortified that I'm not using like a string and making perfectly straight rows. However, I'm just planting them, and as long as they grow, I don't care. So anyway, sorry, Nana, if you don't like this. Anyway, I just got bitten. Ow. Okay, so we're going to, basically what I do I wish I had a tripod. This would be so much easier. Where's my dibber? I have to find my dibber. Okay. I usually don't wear gloves when I garden, but I have a cut on my finger and I just don't want to get anything in it. I'll probably give up and just use my hands. Okay, this is a dibber. This is a giant one. Probably for like bulbs and plants and stuff. This is what I'm going to use to scratch out my my rows, okay? So this is what I'm just going to do. To sort of draw out my rows. The radishes can be, their rows can be fairly close together, so I'm going to do one row at a time. And they don't have to be super deep. So let's see what the radishes look like, so you can see how small they are. Okay. It would be so helpful if I had something to put this camera on. Okay, come over here. This is like what you call extreme disorganization, okay? So you guys are sitting on the edge of the fence now. I'm just opening up. This sow is approximately 4.5 meters. Oh my heavens. Okay. All right, so there's what radish seeds look like. They're fairly big, but you know what? I don't take the time to individually place each one. So we're just going to sprinkle them in, and then when they come up, because these grow down instead of round, you can put them a little closer together. So let's just stick those in the ground, and then I'll show you how they look. Okay, so if you can see, they're not incredibly, I just sprinkled them in, and once I get them in, I will just move them around with my finger like that. And it's easy peasy. You don't have to be perfect to grow food for your family. And just plant them and water them and feed them. Water them on a regular basis, not just, once when you think about it. And they'll be happy. And weed them. Oh my goodness, don't forget to weed or you won't find anything. So anyway, let's get these guys done, and then we'll figure out what the next thing is we're going to plant. Probably more radishes. Okay, so there's the one type of radish planted right there. That's just one package. So what I'm going to do with the other one is, I should have planted them earlier because they're kind of a cool weather crop. They like it to be cold, and it's still cold, but it's not it's probably getting a little late. So I'm going to plant my other package of those in about 2 weeks and see if I can keep them going. You could also grow these in containers because they don't grow very deep. So you need to have some good potting mix for a container because the garden soil is too heavy, and you want to make sure there's good drainage in it, and water it regularly, and you should be able to get some radishes that way too. I might try that. So, if you have an apartment or it's hard for you to get into a garden because, bending over in a garden like this is hard on the back. I should get Nathan and Timothy to help me with this, but I'm afraid to think about what it might look like. But it will be good for them to do that. So I may save a bed for them to plant. And because it's really good for kids to be out gardening and outside. So I got those, that kind, and now I'm going to plant the black radishes beside those. Okay, next from the Ontario Seed Company, I think that's what's called, OSC Seeds from Waterloo, Ontario, we are going to grow pak choi. And so you can put this in stir fries and things like that. It's really, really good. It's an oriental vegetable. And I only have enough seeds in here probably to do one row, and they're tiny. So we'll have to try and get those spaced as evenly as I can. Otherwise, I'll have to transplant some seeds. I can replant, then get more of these and replant some in September. So I might do that. Okay, I managed to get 2 rows of the pak choi in, so now we're going to put some of this lettuce in, and as you can see, these seeds are super, super tiny, and these are really difficult to space evenly, so I'll just do my best, and I may save some of these and sow some more later in the season. Okay, now we'll grow some tatsoi, which is also an oriental vegetable, and it looks pretty much the same as pak choi. But this is, you can eat it as a baby when it's 21, a baby plant, when it's 21 days, 45 days for full maturity. And you can pick them anytime, really, because they're just leaves that you're eating, like that. Just reminded myself I have spinach and I don't know where I put it. Okay, maybe it's in my... No, I don't think we looked at spinach in there, did we? Gosh, okay. Okay, this is Canton bok choy. I love bok choy. I love anything that's oriental because I love stir fries. So, these are the same size as the other ones, and they apparently like to grow in the fall the best. So I'm going to just grow a row now, and then I'll try the rest in the fall. Alright, let's try some carrots now. These are Napoli carrots, and they grow... sometimes they grow to be about 7 to 8 inches long, and they taper slightly, and they're called the candy carrot. So, I usually plant these, and then I thin them out as it goes along, because they're kind of hard to plant. These things have been coated in something, so you can see them a bit better, I think. Whoops, sorry guys. I think that's what has been done. I've never seen them like that before, so I'm assuming that's the case, because I don't usually buy treated seed, although I do have pea seeds that are treated. So, we'll go give these, plant these for a bit. And I've got like 87,000 different types of carrots to plant here today. So let's go get these done. Okay, now we're going to do these solar yellow carrots. Oops, sorry guys. Oh, I got to take off my glasses. I can't read. I need to get, I had progressives and I can't stand progressives. So make several weekly sowings. Keep soil evenly moist. Cover the bed with burlap to prevent soil crusting, and then remove it when sprouts start to emerge. Oh, fudge. Well, you know what? I have got burlap, but it's burlap for sowing with, and I think I'm just going to take my chances. So if you really want to get technical, you can measure and plant each seed to 0.5 centimeters, 1/4 of an inch. Seed space, 1/4 of an inch for each one of these teeny weeny little seeds. The row width is 20 inches and thin to 2.5 inches. Okay, we're just gonna go and plant these, and there's a heck of a lot more in here than there was in my last one. So I may do a couple of rows of these for Devin, or not Devin, sorry, for Nathan. These are actually technically Robin's. He's growing them for her. So I have to make a note that these are Nathan's carrots. I'll tell you what, I'm getting pretty peeved with this soil. We bought this organic compost last year. It doesn't look like compost, does it? We've added stuff to it, but it doesn't look like compost. And the amount of crap that's in it isn't even funny. I have just about poked myself with a nail. There's like a piece of a razor blade type piece of metal in here, and there's so many rocks, it's not even funny. It's really hard to find good quality compost garden soil here. So I think I'm going to go see if I can get myself some seaweed, dried seaweed in the fall, and bury that in the garden. That'll give it an extra boost of iodine and stuff like that, and that will help with that, because this is really, really quite frustrating when you pay a lot of money for soil, and, sorry, you're just looking in one spot, and it comes up with crap in it. And it doesn't have a lot of weeds, aside from whatever has seeded itself here. I have not a clue. But it does have a lot of other stuff in it that I don't want. So, anyway, yeah, so I guess I'm going to do another row of carrots. I'm going to do the purple haze. Now, there are definitely not a lot of seeds in this one. I think they're only in this, like, this corner here. And they were like $3, so they better darn well grow. The other thing, too, is, let's see what this says about these. Oh, the glasses. The glasses. Okay, let's see. It's dark purple on the outside and orange on the inside, which is cool. It's a reminiscent of the original domestic carrot, which was purple. Bet you didn't know that. Keep moist. Don't allow the soil to crust before. Good source of fiber, potassium, and vitamin A. And so I'll plant a row probably of these. These are the ones Devin likes to grow. And then I don't know what I'm going to move on. I might do some mesclun and stuff because I want to put the onions in their own box type of thing. So, yeah. So let's do these carrots. Actually, I have another type. We'll grow these Nantes carrots as well. I love carrots, and they can keep for such a long time. It's heritage. They grow to be 6 inches long. Keep the seed boiling. Don't use high nitrogen fertilizer. So, in other words, if you're using manure in your garden, it's got to be old composted. You don't want to use fresh stuff in your garden. It will burn your plants, depending on what you're growing. Especially because these are growing right in the ground, so you don't want to have them growing right in that. So let's get these dudes planted. I love growing heirloom seeds and heritage varieties. It'd be nice to be able to keep some of these seeds if I can keep these going this year. So yeah, let's get some of those guys planted. So for $3, that's how many carrot seeds you get of the scarlet carrots. So, yeah, they better grow, and I better try and space them out decently too. Okay, now we're gonna go. I'm sorry, this is all pieced together. I wish I had the tripod so I could just plant and you guys could just watch and I could just talk, but I don't have the tripod. Anyway, this is mesclun. Mesclun is lettuce, and there's other greens in this. So you see there's like beet greens. I hate beets, but they're good when they're like this. And there's different kinds of lettuce and things like that. So you eat them in salads. So, oh, sorry, not even looking at it. So, we are going, plant in rows or broadcast in a section of the garden. I'm just thinking here. Broadcast. So broadcast is when you just kind of throw it in. I could just throw it in that patch. I think I'm going to do that, actually. I'm just going to broadcast this across and protect from slugs. And see what happens. Okay, so let's try that. I'll see if I can, let's see. Can I put this somewhere? Let's see, what can you see if I put you there, okay? I'm just putting you there. I'm going to come around and see what you guys can see. Because if I put you there, you might sort of be able to see what I'm doing. Sort of. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. So, as long as that old bear doesn't come up, we'll be good. I've taken my gloves off because I'm tired of working with the gloves on. So, I'm going to pick out all the rocks that I can find here, and I'm going to scuff it up a bit and watch for nails. I think there's a pheasant down in the forest. We'll know in a minute. Okay, so I got 2 packages of this, so this might be enough to do this right here. This just looks like the lettuce seeds from before. A little bit different because there's like broccoli greens and stuff in here. There's some stuff, I hate that. Okay, so you're just going to sprinkle it all over the place here. And let me get my other package of that stuff. And now you watch, it's going to rain. It will tilt down with rain, which will be good after I get it planted. Okay. Oh, geez. I just dropped some in there. Oh, I hate it when they stick in there. Okay, so let's just broadcast it all over the place here. So it'll all grow. Okay, now I want to put something over that. So, okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to get my gloves. Because I don't want any birds in here eating my stuff. So just give me a second. I'm going over here to my sort of soil pile. Okay, coming back. And I'm just gonna sprinkle some of this over the top. Swish it around a bit. So everything sort of, there's another nail. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay. Get that all planted there and make a sign for this so nobody plants anything else in here. And that part is done. Okay. So, let's make a big label for this. Oh. And you guys can come back over here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's just see what you're gonna see here, okay? You'll see you'll see my phone, obviously. Okay. Let's see. Whoa, you'll see my labels. All right there, my labels. Okay. Ooh, it's getting dark over here. Okay, mescaline. I am just gonna write down that it's all in this bed. Okay, May 23rd, I think. I'll make another one. Oh, spelling mistake. There you go. Okay. Let's go over here where I planted them all. Here's my gloves. And I'm going to tell everybody that these are not weeds growing in here. This is mescaline mix, and do not mess with it. Okay, now we're going to go over. I got peas, right? Peas. Where did I plant peas last year? Why can't I remember where I planted the peas? There was the lettuce and stuff was over here. Beans were down there. Peas were over there. Okay, so I've got some more beds, but I've got tomatoes. Tomatoes are going to go here. The peppers will have to go in here where it's really hot. I've done the potatoes over there, so I can't plant anything over there. I don't really... okay, I'm going to do a bed of onions. I'm going to do that one. Sound good? Maybe I can set you guys up again to watch this. Let's see. I have no idea what you will see if I put you here, because, honestly, I can't get down that far to see. Next time, I'm going to get the tripod. Okay. Let's see what... Wow. Okay, you see the other box stuff. Crap. Okay. Okay, let's come back over. I have I have the technology to do it now. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see if this guy's dry. Yeah, he's dry. Okay. Sorry. Let's put you here now. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's much better. Okay, let me get my onion seeds. Okay, let's see. Squash. Onions. Onions. Okay, let's plant these guys first. 150. Oh, that's 300 onions. I think I'm just going to plant these two. Okay, where's my dibber? And some labels, which are just coffee stirrers, which I need to go back and get some more of. Okay, let's see. I don't know what you can see. Probably just my boots. Okay. Let's see here. So these are these onions. You'll have to zoom in. They're coated. And I'm just going to see. They're white Lisbon bunching onions. They're ready in 60 to 80 days. And direct or start indoors. Why would I put these inside? Okay. So let's plant some onions, shall we? Where's my dibber? Okay. Oh, this part I should probably be sitting on the other side. But anyway, here we are. Stones. Oh, I think a Hercules is flying over here right now. But it's not close enough for me to see, so. Okay, so there we are. Put something here so you know how close you are. Maybe you need to be facing. Oh, there's a spider. Ooh. Let's try that. Okay. Pea gravel on the knees. Isn't that good? All right. Looks like candy. I can't really show you, but anyway, if you see it, they look like little candies. So these I can space out. And you can fast forward this part because it's just going to be me planting onions. Oh, unless we do a talk about gardening. So remember, you should give this a try if you have room. Even if you just have containers, you can still garden. And it's so much better for you and cheaper. If you think about it, I bought this package of seeds was $2.99. I get 150 seeds, so that's like 150 onions out of this. And they're only bunching ones. They're like green onions. And there's another spider again. And but you can share them with your friends. You can cook with them. You can have them in salads. And it's so much cheaper and better for you than buying onions that are grown like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles away. There's another rock. Okay, so where's my dibber again? You don't have to be you don't have to be perfect to do this. As you can tell, I am just winging this. So just go out, get yourself some seeds that you want to try, and the earlier you do it, the better. But if you want to play, I don't know where you guys are all living, so, but you don't want to plant your stuff too early, obviously. And obviously, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, you will be putting your gardens to bed right now. So, it sort of sucks, but I hope you've had a good gardening season. This the same, and there's another rock. Oh my gosh, I might only do one package of these. This is not good on the back. Somebody needs to put these up higher for me. Okay, another row marker. And these can go fairly close together in rows because they only just grow like the tops and not a very big bottom. So they can go fairly close together. So can the seeds, for that matter. 300 onions if I grew this whole batch. Wow, that seems excessive. You can share them, give them to a food bank. I'm sure onions are not top on their list of things to get, but hey, can't complain about food is food, right? So, let's get that guy in there. I think this might take up my whole bed, actually. There's lots of, oh, what's that? There's lots of ants in this. They like to, we just put the wood down, it's not treated. In a couple of years it all gets gross. No, well, the first ones lasted us 9 years. So, that's not too bad. But ants really like it, so. They're not too harmful to your plants. So where did that first seed go? I lost it. Okay, so, whoop. The bugs seem to be leaving me alone at the moment. I think they've probably already eaten most of me, so I guess that's okay for them. Okay, so if you're getting bored of this, you'll just have to fast forward it, because right now my hands are gross and I can't get over there to do this. So, and I don't even know what you're seeing, so I apologize. I don't have a videographer with me today, it's just me. If you're wondering what this stuff is, that's the newspaper that we put underneath. So eventually it'll all work its way out, but it does really help keep the weeds down, except for the gout weed, which you pretty much have to use Agent Orange on, if even that works. So, yeah. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my sunflowers. I usually direct seed them in here, but the mammoth ones make quite a bit of shade, which is okay. You want a little bit of shade in your garden. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to plant those yet. I might start them in containers and plant them out here when they're ready. I haven't decided. That was probably not good to leave that. We'll throw that over the fence too. Oh. Whew. Okay. 8 million more seeds to go. We're getting closer to you here. Oh, another big rock. You don't want rocks in where you have root crops because they get all gnarly and weird looking, that sort of thing. So, I don't know what you could also plant onions in containers if you wanted. Oh, there's a centipede. Okay, don't bite me. Centipedes can give you a nasty bite, and some are poisonous, so you gotta be careful. And I haven't seen any cutworms. I really, really don't want to have to deal with that. That is just nastiness. Okay, so I probably have like 50 left in here. Okay, let's do another row here, and then I'll get another stick to put in there. Oh, there's some leaves in here, so that's good. And there's no slugs to mention of in here, so I'm happy about that too. We didn't have many issues with slugs last year. Usually we do, so that was nice. If I get lots of slugs coming out, I get the copper scrubbing pads, and I sort of string them around the garden. They don't like going across copper. I'm going to go over this for a second. So if you put copper around, that sort of helps a little bit. I should have been doing it on this side all the time because it's uphill, so it's a bit easier. Oh shoot, I need a stick. Oh. Okay, let's see. More sticks. Wow, this is a lot of onions. That I hope they come up. because I don't have any luck with the cooking onions. They don't grow well here. Neither does corn. I tried corn a couple of times. I tried it again last year up in that bed on the other side of the fence, and it just didn't do much of anything. It grew some corn, but not enough for us to really eat a lot of. Oh, my dibber. I've been doing this with my hands. It's just about as easy as using this thing, but anyway. Okay, so Jeremy's at work today, and I've been telling him I would do a video in the garden, and Stephen Noel, hi Stephen, he wanted a gardening video, so I told him I'd do one, and a singing one. I will do a singing one, Steve, and post it on Facebook. I'm just having issues with my account right now, so I might be able to send you an older one of me singing, but with Robin, so we'll see what I can do, because Google's being a pain in the butt with, I paid for something and put it on the wrong account is what I did. I am the one that screwed it up, so it's totally my fault. But I do miss singing, because I love singing on Smule. So if you ever want to hear me sing, you have to go on Smule. Let me know. There's a piece of metal right there. What is that? Let me know if you want to, and I'll give you my username on there, and you can go listen. There's a nail. And you can listen. And my back is killing me. So there, I'm just, you know what? I get lazy and then I just dump them all in. Okay, so yeah, if you want, or follow me on Facebook or something to that effect, because that's usually where I post the stuff that I sing, which can range from anything. I've even done, I've done jazz, I've done Christian, of course, gospel, I've done Johnny Cash, I've sung Guns N' Roses, just depends on what I feel like singing at the time. Okay, so that's, I got a little bit more for onions. I really don't know if I have any more room to do any more onions. What to do? Okay, let me see what other kinds of onions I have. In the meantime, you probably heard me yabbering enough, so I shall turn you guys off if I can figure out how. Where? Okay, so there is a millipede, so you know what they look like. You don't want those in your garden. They are very bad because they eat your plants. So let's eradicate him, shall we? Shall I show you on TV? Or on TV? Let's just get rid of him. Where did you? There you are, you little sucker. I'm not picking him up because they bite too. Now where did you go? There you are. Squish. Squish, squish, squish. Okay, squished. Oh, sorry, I'm not letting you see the gruesomeness here. Okay, now I'm going to plant a row or 2 or 10 of Tokyo long bunching onions. That's what onion seeds look like. And these actually will overwinter, and you can pick them in the spring. I have one down there, and you can see what it looks like in the spring. And I'll just get those planted. I guess I can put you there again if you want. I don't know what you'll see. So I look, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, that was totally useless. What is that? That is a weed. Okay. So, there's our nice row. Oh my gosh, there's going to be so many onions. Oh, get out of my face, black fly. Gee. So, just scatter them in there like that, and then you can thin them out. And, oh, there's a worm! You gotta stay. You gotta go over there. And then you can, what is that? Gosh, only knows. You can thin them out and use them as like chives and stuff like that. It doesn't take much to distract me from what I'm talking about. I'm just marking them as I go so I know where my row is, and then I write out what they are. And I don't usually write where they've come from, but I write out what they are and what company, sometimes what company I got them from, depending on what it is. But I'll tell you this, I don't like to criticize anybody like Halifax Seeds, but I get a heck of a lot more seeds in the Ontario or the OSC seed company packages. So, I don't know. Look at that. I'm not even using my dipper. I'm just going to use my hands. It's really fun playing in the dirt, especially after a long winter when you're stuck in the house. You can't get out and you like to garden. It's nice to get out, and it's nice and warm. The soil's really warm too, so that's nice. I think I totally screwed up that row. Anyway, I think I should use the dipper because oh, it's going to be extremely close now. Okay, I think that this will be my last row of onions. Oh my gosh, I got a big clump of them down there. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and write out my labels. I have only got a couple more things to plant, actually, until I can bring my tomatoes and stuff outside, which will be in a couple of weeks, hopefully. So then we'll have to water the garden in. So, gosh, only knows what you guys are seeing through that, but it's easier than stopping this all the time. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is plant some of these sunflowers along the back edges, this edge and this edge of these raised beds, just because it draws in bees and hummingbirds and butterflies and gives the plants a little bit of shade when it gets really hot. We had to cut some trees down here so we would get enough sun, but that's what I'm going to do now, and I will have to move all my coconut trees, chestnut trees, and I don't know if I'm going to have enough room for all of these, but I'm going to give it a whirl. And oh yeah, that onion. Okay, let's go see this onion. One lonely little onion. I grew one whole onion in here last year. Let's see if I can reach it. Let's see, onion. If you're going to come out. Okay, of course you're not going to come out. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to dig him out. Anyway, he definitely smelt oniony, so I'm going to dig him out and put him in something. Anyway, that's probably it for now. I'm going to water, so once I start watering, I will put the video back on. Okay, it's just about lunchtime. It is lunchtime. And almost time to get Jeremy, so I'm going to finish this part when I come back, but I am going to water these guys in. And these are going to be for peas, and I'm going to use this old, Robert used this for like a greenhouse for his plants, and that is such a great idea. I could actually plant my tomatoes out if I used that with vapor barrier on it. But anyway, this is going to be for peas to grow up, because no matter how many times they seem to say they don't climb, they all seem to do that. So both of those beds will be for peas, and because I have two of those frames, and I will do those in a bit. Oh, I haven't got the lens cap open again. Oh my gosh, this is twice. Okay, so when your husband goes to a yard sale and buys a hose like this thing for $2, there's a reason why it's $2. You don't want to water your plants like this. As you can see, it will wash them away. I don't have anything planted here. So, we're going to go into town and get a new hose when I get Jeremy. So, more planting and watering coming up later. There's my chickweed there. I might as well give it a rinse. I can at least do that. Yeah. Okay, so you don't want to wash your babies away. So you have to use something with a sort of a fine mist. and that sort of thing. And you don't want it to be too hard at this point. As they start growing, you don't want to baby them too much, and you want them to be able to adapt to heavy rains and that sort of thing. So we will be back later, and the sun's coming out, so that's kind of nice. That'll make the bugs even worse. Yay! Okay, so I've watered these. So, and I'll show you the kind of flow of water you want. You either want to use a watering can. Oh, glass. You either want to use a watering can, or you want to use like a shower type thing on your thing. So, on your hose. So, anyway. Okay, so I've set this up for the peas. Don't ask me how this will work. Mike's going to come home and be like, let me fix that for you. But anyway, I will put netting or fish or chicken wire or just tie strings up to this. And then the peas will grow up here. And then hopefully the plan is I will just have to reach in and grab them. So I guess we'll see how that's going to work. It's a little late to plant peas because they like it cold too. But anyway, we're going to have hope that they will do well. So the peas, I've dug a little trench along the side, as you can see. So that's where the peas will go. And I usually plant them fairly close. And these are the peas. These are from Vasey's, which is my favorite place to get seed from. Anyway, these are the pea seeds. These are Dalvey. Dalvey, which is placed in Prince Edward Island, Dalvey by the sea. And these peas are treated, as you can see, they're pink. They're treated with Captain and Allegiance. I just prefer, I don't, generally speaking, like to use anything chemically in my garden, and I don't. But with peas, I like to have the extra nitrogen and the extra bug protection with those. So, so the peas are perfectly fine. It's just this seed that's treated. So anyway, we're going to plant those, and when they're in the ground, we'll get a video of that. I don't know if I can... What are you doing out here? You come out to help me garden. Probably dig a big hole. Oh, you. You again. Are you going to say hello to the tubes?
No.
Oh yeah, and the sun's shining now, as you can see. So let's get a picture of the peas, shall we? We're planting peas. Don't drip that thing on my head. Okay, so we've got the peas planted. And as you can see, I put them fairly close because sometimes they don't all come up and sometimes bugs get them. So you kind of plant a couple for you and like 10 for the bugs. Anyway, so I planted them all here. I'm going to cover them up, and I might put some squash in here. Or zucchini. I don't think it'll do well in here, but we might try it. Of course, back in the times when the native Canadians, Aboriginal, Indigenous, whatever you want to call them, Canadians, most specifically Iroquois and any of them that farmed, they would grow together. They would grow corn, beans, and squash, I think. I think it was squash. And I would call the three sisters, and they would climb up the corn, so it would be like a natural climbing thing for them. So I think that's kind of a cool idea, except corn doesn't grow here, so I'm at a disadvantage. Okay, so now the problem with watering here is it's on a slope, so everything rolls down to that end. But anyway, this is the kind of water you want to wash your seeds with. Water your seeds with. It's just a shower. Gentle enough to not wash them away, but good enough to give them a good drink. And you're going to want to keep this up every day. I prefer to water in the morning. I don't like to water at night because that encourages fungus. And stuff like that, slugs. So I try to do it in the morning or late afternoon. I do have a sprinkler mounted over there on the thing. which I can use. Oh, everything's washing away here. Which I can use in the summer when it's hot and I want it to get a good soaking, except that I'm on a well, so I don't like it to be on for a long period of time. So yeah, so you don't want to blast it away, but you want to give it a good soak. And then when they start to come up, that's when we will actually feed them. Not yet. And tomatoes, you want to try not to wet the leaves. Tomatoes and beans, you want to try to just wet the bottom of the plant, because that just encourages blight, and you don't want to have to deal with that. So, it's hard to do this with my left hand. So, that is about it for now. I'm going to have some tea, and I've had enough of the black flies, and I got a nice big bite on my arm, and I don't know what else I'm doing today, but I'll probably do some more of this tomorrow. So, oh yeah, and I planted some pumpkins in the middle there. I don't know whether they're going to grow up or not, or grow up, but it won't hurt to try. So, always try new things. So, anyway, that's about it for now, guys. See you later. Bye.